I was reminded of an anime. I'm so glad I took the time to rewatch. I forgot what peak was in anime until I rewatched this one. Elfen Lied. What the actual fuck? This anime starts with an introduction to a facility where a girly is shown. What's this girly gonna do? She obliterates every single worker within range in a matter of seconds. Clonius. The main thing I really love about this anime is how they show what happens when you are traumatized as a child. And what happens when you have trauma as a child? You might ask. You black it out. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe I like this anime so much because I personally have blacked out like 89% of my childhood, but it's just so interesting. We're introduced to these characters. You bitch! You bitch! Which is known to us as the girly that just escaped this facility and killed all these people. But she's known to our other characters we're introduced to, Kota and Yuka, cutesy cousins. Why they gotta be cousins? If they made the characters not minors, and if they made them not cousins, the anime would be peak and perfect. Anyways, we're introduced to Kota and Yuka on the beach in the first episode called Chance Encounter with the grand escape from this pink-haired girly that we know nothing about. But then we see her on the beach now, and Kota and Yuka, these innocent cousins that are now together again after some time, they find this pink-haired girly that just blew the heads off of everyone. And they decide, you know what, let's take her in. She looks pretty helpless. They called her New, because that's all she could say. So we love the 180. Well, that's the one thing I love about these animes too, is the innocence of the characters that are actually the fucking villain. But how could you hate them when they're just a cute little pink-haired girly? Episode 2 is called Annihilation. Annihilation. Kota just moves into a very nice house that used to be a restaurant that his family is giving to him, so that's cool. All he has to do is clean it. We learn about how desperate they are to get her back because they realize, like, this is a big, strong weapon out just in the world. They are unaware of her new personality of being New, so they still think she's just out there being Lucy and being fucking crazy head explosion bitch. Kurama, who is like the head professor guy of this whole Diclonius shindig shit, he sends a task force after Lucy, specifically sending Bando. We get into episode 3, Deep Feelings. We see Yuka getting very jealous of New and the attention that she's receiving from Kota. She has wanted Kota to love her and look at her the way that he's looking at New. Why won't she look at her like that? Why is he so worried about New and her whereabouts? What about me? And she like straight up asks him, bro. It's like secondhand fucking embarrassment hearing this girl go up to this man, who's her cousin, might I add. That's like the part that's like extra fucking cringe, bitch. You should have no interest in your cousin talking to you like this, but whatever. We'll get past that part, I guess. It's so cringe to watch this girlie sit there and be like, Kota, why don't you talk to me like that? Why don't you worry about me when I'm gone all day? Why don't you want me, Kota? Anyways, we'll get past this because we're introduced to another girlie, a cutesy another girlie to take away from the cousins. We're introduced to Mayu, who's another homeless girlie that's just down on her luck. But she witnessed New as Lucy, okay? She saw her, but like I said, the fun little thing that trauma does when you're a kid, you black it out. She literally blacked out her trauma like as it happened. She saw it, witnessed it with her own eyes, this girlie being crazy fighting, and then she's like, no, that couldn't have happened. In this episode too, we're also introduced to Nana, who is another pink-haired girlie. How many pink-haired girlies can this anime get? Just wait. Nana, she's pretty much just like Lucy, like, appears the same way. Oh, I totally forgot to add the one key part that makes these pink-haired girlies special. They got horns on their head. It's what makes them stand out, makes them ostracized, whatever. So, like, we see Nana, she's essentially the same as Lucy. The horns, pink hair, her shorter, but whatever, you know, same girl. New Diclonius unlocked. Episode 4, Attack. This Diclonius, Nana, is sent after Lucy to not attack her, but to bring her back to father. Now this Nana is a little more, what's the word? She has a bit closer of a relationship to her creator. She calls him Daddy. It's casual. Daddy. So Nana really wants to make Daddy proud. He literally is telling her, like, don't fight Lucy, just bring her back to me, you know. And she has the same powers as Lucy, so she can rip people apart, blow their heads off, you know, kill them, all that shit. But who do you think is stronger, guys? Like, let's sit it out real quick. She also has telepathy, so she can find Lucy that way. Like, they are, like, tracking each other with their heads or whatever. Nana gets ripped to fucking shreds. Literally, all of her limbs get torn off. And what a beautiful masterpiece of an anime that is. Like, this is why I love this anime. Okay? And I'm not one to like anime for the fighting. I like it for the romance. I'm just kidding. I like it for the fucking guts and gore. This is why. This is why I watch anime. I want to see blood and heads ripped off. I want a fucking horror story. I want it to be trauma. It's literally ripped off. And she's like, Daddy, oh. And her whole thing was like, she wanted to fight her anyways to make her daddy proud and let him see how strong she was, but it didn't work. Don't fear, because remember that girlie we saw earlier, Mayu? She witnessed this entire fight. The entire thing, yeah. She saw this girl get her limbs ripped apart. What the fuck? But again, silly little trauma. Trauma dance. It's so fun not having proper memories because of trauma, because you don't really know what actually happened, because there's no way that the horrific thing you witnessed actually happened, because it was so horrific and you're just a child. You're not supposed to witness shit like that. So just black it out, of course. Like, just pretend it didn't happen, because that's the only way you can get through this. Men working on a truck out there. I feel bad for them, but I don't have any way of helping, so yeah. Anyways, episode 5, receipts. Oh no, this is the shit part. This is the shit part. Okay, so now Mayu is there. She sees new, but she, again, like, trauma, assumes that none of what she saw actually happened, so she just kind of, like, goes along with it. And also, Lucy is new again, so she's all nice and cutesy and, yeah. This is where, you know, they try to have a normal day-to-day life in this episode, so they go to school, you know. But while they're at school, one of the professors recognizes Lucy and comes up with some lie, says that, oh, it's his brother's daughter or some shit, and Kota and Yuka let the dude take her, which is kind of crazy, but also I guess they kind of just took her themselves when she was at the beach. This guy's claiming to know her, but they clearly, like, they feel a little weird about it. But this was clearly a bad move, okay? He reveals himself to be a Diclonius too, in a really creepy, like, mask off moment. And then he reveals his plans to fuck Lucy, get her pregnant, and take over the world with Diclonius people and babies and, like, destroy humankind. No. Get the fuck away. Lucy, luckily, snaps into her Lucy form. She's no longer you. Just blows off his fucking head. You don't get to rape me, motherfucker. Get the fuck out. Men getting what they deserve, especially after they're about to fucking rape you. Okay, episode 6, innermost feeling. Still just see Bando, that he's looking for Lucy. He also got this crazy fucking arm thing.
Oh, it's that guy.
What do you want?
Glad to see that you're okay.
It couldn't be. Are you the girl from that night in the rain? Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. I was saved by someone like you? That's impossible. Ugh. I do not like being in debt to anyone. Especially to a little brat like yourself. Take it. You can reach me anytime.
But for what?
If anybody gives you trouble, just call me. I'll fucking kill them for you. See you later. Oh, by the way, you haven't seen a bitch with horns out on this beach, have you?
Are you talking about Mew? What are you doing to me?
Look, tell me where the hell she is. I've killed women and I've even killed children. Don't think for a minute that I'll have mercy on you. What What the hell is this?
Somebody's picking on me. Somebody really big. I need your help. You promised to help me when I'm in trouble. Isn't that what you said? I guess you were lying. Not much of a man, huh?
Shit.
Oh, while Kota and Yuka are looking for Lucy, they have a cute little romantic moment. You know, they smooch. It's raining. It's you know, she has to stay warm, all close to him. They're cousins. They're cousins. West Virginia. But they share a cute little lovey, kissy. Yuka can feel less jealous of Nana now because, you know, she got some attention herself. We find Nana again after she was ripped to fucking shreds. She's back in the facility and they're basically about to put her to sleep out of her misery. You know, you tried, girly, but you kind of failed. You failed. Kurama just cannot kill her. He's like, no, I don't, you are my child. I have this close bond with you. You know, she had a close bond with him, calling him daddy, all this stuff. But he had that same bond. Like, it wasn't one-sided. And like, as much as it seemed one-sided, he really did love her like a daughter too. So he could not kill her. He ends up setting her free, giving her a shit ton of money, and basically saying like, go girl. But of course, Bando ends up finding her, mistaking her for Lucy, because they look exactly alike, you know, pink-haired, horned girlies. Episode 7, Confrontation. We see Bando and Nana fighting, but one thing that Daddy told Nana before leaving the facility for this final time, Daddy told her, you don't fight, okay? You hide your powers, like, just live a normal life. So she's trying really hard to not use her fucking powers on this Bando dude who's fighting her. But he's fucking fighting, dude. But then she realizes that they're both looking for Lucy, so she's like, let's just fucking join together, dude. Duh. They all find the dead dude and, like, get Lucy back from the guy who tried to rape her and all that shit. When Kota goes to the facility, he sees the fucking professor's head exploded, blown up, dead. And this fucker goes home. And he doesn't even tell his cousin lover, Yuka. And, like, there's a scene where he's, like, about to say it, but then he literally forgets what he's even saying, because, again, trauma. Episode 8, The Beginning. Nana exposes Mayu. She tells her everything, what Niu is. She says she's a dangerous fucking girl. Don't trust her innocent act, motherfuckers. But then, remember when I asked you how many pink-haired girlies you thought would be in this anime? And you thought the answer would be 2? Well, the answer is actually 3. Yeah, there's another Diclonius girly that we're introduced to. And we know her as number 35. She is literally locked up behind walls and has been there since birth. Number 35 is like their last resort to getting Lucy and ending all of this. But we're also, of course, what's an anime without flashback trauma? Oh, brothers. Lucy's trauma. Before she even knew what she was in like this orphanage of sorts. You know, people were mean to her because of her horns and whatnot. But she made friends with a stray doggo. Cute. Yeah. Well, her bullies find out about the stray doggo friend that she's made. And what do the bullies do? What bullies do best? They John Wick that fucking dog. This whole scene is like John Wick, but in 5 minutes instead of 2 hours, and essentially they kill Lucy's dog in front of her, and this bitch lets out her Diclonius powers for the first time, and she all their heads. And now she's fucking terrified, because she's just a little girl, and she's like, what the fuck did I just do? I just killed all these people. And now she's a runaway. Great. Yeah, the dog dying, and then that, I get it. Like, watching someone beat your puppy dog to death probably would lead to some kind of action that you would probably not mean to take that far, but it was you know, that she didn't mean to kill him, but like, she was upset. That was her only friend. Episode 9, Reminiscence. This is the episode where we learn how Kota and Niu knew each other. Because clearly they knew each other from the past before. But the blackout trauma, you know, it made them forget. Well, after Niu killed all of her dog-killing friends, she ran away. as one would, and Kota finds her out and about, and he is nice to her and sweet to her, and he gives hope to New and makes her believe that humanity maybe isn't that bad. Maybe it's worth sticking around, not killing all of them over. But then, you know, they get close, they have a really good day at the zoo together. It's like the best day ever. But then Kota talks about going and seeing his cousin. His cousin. Not the cousin. And the fact that this whole story stems from a girl being jealous over a guy going out with his cousin is crazy. Yeah, she asks him, Kota, is your cousin a boy that you're gonna go see tomorrow? Like, is he a boy? Kota lies. As probably every man would. She seemed really scary in the moment. Like, she was like, is it a boy? It's like when a man says she in a sentence and you're just like, oh, fuck. But this is her cousin. So it's like, that aspect of it, you can't look at it anymore because it's his cousin. But it doesn't matter because it's anime or whatever. Episode 10, Infant. This is where we learn what number 35 is. Kuroma has a sad backstory. Kuroma, he worked with the Diclonius experiments from a very young age, right out of college. And his wife has a baby, and that baby is a Diclonius, and he is aware of what it is. His wife is unaware of what a Diclonius is, and he's going crazy saying, like, we have to kill this baby. We cannot have this baby. This baby is going to end humanity. We cannot raise this baby as like a loving family. Kuroma's wife is begging him, like, please don't kill my fucking baby. That's my baby. And then she dies at the hospital because, you know, childbirth problems. Her dying wish to her husband is to keep their baby alive. Their Diclonius evil weapon of a baby. He sure does. And that is what number 35 is. And we learn that her name is Mariko, and she is Kuroma's baby. But number 35 is sent after Lucy, and this is their last resort, their last way of being able to defeat this bitch. Episode 11, Complication. Obviously, this Diclonius, number 35, Mariko, another pink-haired girly, joined the gang. She's been locked up her whole life. She's only talked to one lady on a speaker, and she calls her mommy. But, like, that only goes so fucking far. Mommy, why you have me locked up, you know? Like, so when they let her out, she starts killing people, but then they come up with a smart idea, put the little bomb in her head, like Suicide Squad it up. And they did that, and that got her to be complicit and got her to be a little more scared of them. And she was like, okay, I'll listen to you, whatever. They have fun killing. Like, that's the thing too. Like, the Diclonians, they don't regret anything that they do, literally. Okay? Episode 12, Quagmire. This is when Kota finally remembers the tragedy. Remember how she was so jealous over him going out with his cousin? Well, she finds out that he lied, sees that he's with a girl, his cousin, his girl cousin. And she, you know, goes on her little kill spree again. People think that it's a bomb in the area, but it's her, dude, it's her. And she somehow manages to end up on the train with Kota and his sister and Kota's father. Kota's trying to defend her still because he's still like, this is my friend, what do you mean? Kota's sister had already seen her blow people up, so she knew what she was. She was like, oh no, get away from him, Kota, like, this girl's scary. Kota fucking screams at his little sister and is like, I fucking hate you, dude. Don't tell me that my friend is a crazy girl. I hate you for saying that. And he literally tells his sister that he hates her. And then, what does New do? What New does best. Fucking explodes. Daddy and sister, bye-bye. And Kota's just watching. Literally right after he defended this girlie, saying she wasn't a weapon, saying she wasn't gonna do anything. And then we get to episode 13, No Return. Mariko fights her one last time, gets one of Lucy's horns knocked off, which is like, whoa. And this is also really, like, sweet ending moment where Mariko realizes that Kuroma is her father. She sees him as daddy, but she also sees him as the one that abandoned her, and she just... oh. But then, it's a beautiful ending where he holds her and walks off, and they both explode. And they die together. He dies with his Cyclonius baby. What kind of fucking ending is that? Like, I'm glad they get to die together, happily ever after. He lies to her and says, everything will be okay now, because we're gonna die. Even after Kota remembers, like, this bitch killed my fucking family. She's the reason all this happened. She's, like, literally actually a weapon. This simp, I call him what he is, a simp. This should be the, like, origin of simp. Because this motherfucker, Kota, after this bitch has killed his sister, his little sister, man, like, probably like 4 or 5. Little sister and his father. Kota still says, I don't know why, but I just love you and I can't live without you. Please, don't leave, Lucy. You. Unforgivable acts, and this fucker is still like, hey, I love you. Even Lucy's like, bro, no. I'm like, bro. The ending shows Kota, Nana, Mayu, and Yuka sitting together and enjoying their foods, you know, living in their house happily ever after. But then there's a knock on the door and a silhouette is shown and it looks like Lucy, okay? So it's basically left to assume that Lucy also gets to live happily ever after with them. Oh, what did I watch? It reminds me of like Stranger Things vibes with 11. Anyways, thanks for listening and watching. I'm gonna start doing more summaries of animes and stuff. I've been really into watching older animes. Next week, I'm gonna do a video like this about Serial Experiments Lane. I'm on my 2nd rewatch of it right now, and I'm taking very extensive notes for you guys. I think that anime is also very relevant to what's going on in society and media nowadays. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble. Comment down below if you've seen Elfen Lied and what pink-haired girly is your favorite. I don't know. Thanks for watching!